Hello companions, welcome to another video. Today I'll be answering your questions and I can't fucking wait, honestly. There's a lot of them. They're long ones, really fucking long ones. So this will take a while, but I'll be answering every single question that you asked. So have no problem, have no issue, have no fear, my dear companions. I will answer your questions, every single one of them. Even the dumb ones. So let's just get into them. Thoughts on protein supplements. I've been thinking about buying some to add to the diet. Are they beneficial or worthless? I use a lot of supplements currently. I didn't use them when I was beginning, but currently I'm using a lot of them because I'm in the advanced area of lifting and gaining muscle mass. So I need them to gain those extra few protein, carbs, and vitamins that I need throughout the day. So if you're a beginner and a novice, you don't need them. Start eating well, start sleeping well, lift fucking heavy, you're good to go. But after you get like to intermediate, advanced, I would actually suggest you start using supplements. Supplements like creatine, glutamine. You can even start using whey and some vitamins as vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin C. And zinc, magnesium, but and omega-3. Yeah, it's getting to me now, but those are the supplements I would suggest that you use after you are into more intermediate advanced area. No question, just want to thank you for being based / a positive influence, and I hit 475 deadlift the other day. Fuck yeah, man, that's what we want. Let's get to 600. Fuck, let's fucking get. I'm not consistent at all. Help. Fucking punch yourself, man. You need to be fucking dedicated. Like, if you want to gain anything in your life, you need to be consistent and dedicated. Like, there is nothing you can fucking succeed at in life if you're not. So start reading some books. Start reading Evola. Start reading about Alexander the Great, Art of War, Sun Tzu. Start reading into some fucking glorious conquerors, and you'll be having some motivation and you'll be inspired, so you'll start getting consistent and dedicated. You'll start working yourself, you'll start being a bit more disciplined because they were. So that is the advice I can give you. I'm curious in your spirituality. I've seen you use the word gods and it made me wonder. I'm also interested to hear your take on nutrition, specifically keto, macros, meal numbers, and frequency. So there's a lot here to talk about. Let's first answer the question about spirituality. I am a Norse paganist, and even though I'm Slavic, I am a Norse paganist because that was the base of my whole belief. Like, I trust and I believe in every single god there is. I believe in all gods, but why did I choose the Norse god to be my main base is because I started reading about them and getting into them and start doing rituals about them in the age of 13, and that's the gods I got most connected with. I still do, and I have an idol of Perun, and I still honor the Slavic gods, but they're not my main gods. About nutrition, well, I do not know much about nutrition. I have a really simple take to it, and that's basically just eat red meat, dairy, local meat, local foods, local veggies and fruits. So I try not to take any fucking meals or meat that are like from huge corporations and shit. So I have no opinion about keto diet, macros, meal numbers, and frequency is a really it's a broad question, so I have no idea how to answer it. How do you keep yourself motivated for training during the quarantine? In other words, what makes you a go-getter goon in these depressing, shitty times? Your answer is in your question. What makes me motivated is shitty fucking depressing times. What makes me motivated is suffering. What makes me motivated is fucking everything that sucks and is shit, because I want to be stronger than that. I don't want that to influence me. I want to be stronger than that, and I want to get beyond that. But basically, I'm never motivated. I'm highly inspired by the past, by history, by legends, by myths, by my gods, by my family, by my ancestors, by my own spirit. I'm just inspired by all these things, and I have no other choice but to keep going forward, and I tell you to do the same thing. Greetings from New Zealand. You have great arms. What is your arm routine? Thanks for the free knowledge. My arm routine changes from week to week, but what I mostly incorporate this last few months are I work on my peaks a lot, because my genetics for my peaks are not the greatest, but my arms are at least huge, so it's our 17.5 inches, I think. So what I do is a lot of narrow curls, a lot of concentration curls, preacher curls, and I try to do once a week 20 sets, or sometimes I divide it into 10 sets per day, because I just don't feel the pump, so I need 2 days to feel it. What's the best routine for 20% body fat who's in late teens for mass and aesthetics? If I got that right. Well, there is no like optimal routine for someone who's like more weight or less weight. If you're a beginner, you're a beginner. You need to start doing the same things as a beginner does and just increase your numbers and get better and do progressive overload and get fucking cut the fat out, the body fat I mean, and start increasing your muscle mass. And once you do, then you can start looking upon other programs that may make you like faster progress. Train one muscle every day without reaching overtraining is possible. Think about incorporating on my rest days while I'm doing full body 3 times a week. I heard Croatian War Master talking about this a long ago. Now, first things first, Croatian War Master, which I highly respect, is a guy with great, really fucking great genetics. Like, he's a guy who's pretty much like me. I can like not eat shit, like I can go like for days without eating well and I would still have my muscle mass and most of my strength. And like, he's the same. He doesn't need to eat a lot to gain muscle mass. He doesn't need to really be concentrated on eating well to gain muscle mass. He's someone who has just really good fucking genetics like me, and it's just really fucking easier for us to gain muscle mass and strength. So if you do not have genetics like this, like that you're just able to build muscle mass really fucking easily, I would just say that you are eat a lot, sleep a lot, and just train fucking heavy. Like, this is the answer that you will hear a lot, because it's, for a lot of people, it's just the optimal solution for any of the problems that they may have. Like, truly, any problems. You just need to, if you have a problem with not gaining enough mass, you need to eat more protein, more carbs, more fats, and sleep more. If you want to get more mass on yourself, you need to train a bit less and eat a lot and sleep a lot. If you want to be fucking defined, you need to eat less, sleep more, and train a lot. Like, it's, at the end of the day, it's really fucking similar. But yeah, I would suggest that you 3 times full body week is not bad, and I would suggest that you do like like everything else are pretty much rest days. So if you hit those 3 times a week really nasty, really hard, then it won't be a problem. You talk about how important sleep is. I know how important it is for you, for your recovery and body, but for the life of me, I struggle to get anything over 6 hours, and I'm incredibly light that I wake up about 3-4 times while trying to sleep. Do you have any advice or thoughts? So, before sleep, make sure you drink a lot of chamomile tea for deeper sleep, and try to get some, I think it's called, let me check, glycine, I think. Yeah, glycine. Get some glycine, it'll help you. It's an amino acid, and it's a supplement that you basically use for deeper sleep on, and you get also very nice dreams for it. But I've been following Solbra for a while now, and I've been getting a lot of his advice on sleep, because me as well, I have some issues in my sleep, and I'm not sleeping, like my sleep is not the greatest. So lately I was starting to drink chamomile and eat some proteins before bed now, and I'm sleeping a lot better. I'm not waking up anymore, and I managed to get around 9 hours of sleep. So if you have these problems that you told me and are really serious, I would suggest you start taking glycine, some chamomile tea, and read books before bed. It'll make you like looking at the phone before bed will fuck you up, trust me. What's your favorite Pokemon? As I said, I do not fucking have one. I never watched Pokemon. I was never a fan of them. So yeah, sorry man. Also, how do you use protein shakes? I got a bullet blender for Christmas and I'm looking to use it to my fullest potential. So if you don't want to use any whey protein, I would suggest that you use my recipe. You put 250 grams of oats, I think, or maybe it's too much. Maybe try 150. I think 150 is a bit more logical. 150 grams of oats, about 25 milligrams of milk, or 250. I don't know. I haven't fucking measured what I eat for a long time now, because I have a really repetitive protocol. 3 eggs, and what else? So we have carbs in, we have some protein in. You can add more eggs if you want. You have milk there, and what else? You can add some blueberries or stuff just for the taste. But basically, it's really simple: dairy and protein. Thoughts on Israel? If there was a sacrificial altar for me where I could cut off my left hand for whole Israel to perish, I would do so. So those are my thoughts. Are you religious? I see you post about praising gods, RC, but haven't locked in on what the gods are yet. Yes, I am highly religious. Everything I do for my gods, for my family and my ancestors, so everything I do for my own spirituality, so yeah. Do you have any artistic endeavors? Well, I have a whole history of artistic endeavors actually. I was drawing for a while. I'm trying to sing currently, and to invest sometimes into making a band with my friend. We're a death metal / black metal band. Or old school death metal / black metal band. So like I'm playing the guitar, I can sing, I can growl. I drew for a while when I was a kid, and I played in plays. My mother was a teacher about like I don't know, drama club, something like that. And basically we went over the country and I would play in plays, and that was really nice. Is keto B or C? I'd say it's based. Like in the other questions that I was asked, I don't know much about keto, but I know it's like a Neanderthal diet, if I said it well, and for that I think it's pretty based. When you're gonna do strongman, shit's fun as fuck, especially since you like picking stones up and overhead pressing. I would do them for the love of my fucking life. I would do fucking strongman. Like I would quit everything just to do fucking strongman if there was any strongman in my country. This may seem as an excuse, but I have a lot of friends who actually want to do strongman and can't because of this issue. But I will be acquiring strongman equipment with whom I'll be working with, so I can gain gain fucking understanding and strengthen them. So maybe one day I'll be able to travel and pick some strongman competitions. What are your thoughts on music in the gym? What are your thoughts on pre, intra, post-workout meals? What is your favorite 40k legion? Okay, there's like 4 fucking questions here. I'll be answering one by one. What are your thoughts on music in the gym? Fucking based, especially if it's playing a metal or folk. What are your thoughts on pre, intra, post-workout meals? I always eat before my meals and after my meals, so just fucking do it. What is your favorite 40k legion? The World Eaters. What percentage do you think genes affect gains? That's a good one. Percentage. I would say like 40%. Yeah, maybe even less. About 35 to 40%, because 60% is, or more is definitely hard work. Like, your genes can be shit. Pure fucking shit. Like, Tom Platz said himself that he had shitty fucking gains. Shitty fucking genes. But if you work hard, if you dedicate every single day to destroying your own body, to sleeping deep, to eating a shit ton of food, your body must grow. And even if you have bad genetics for arms or shoulders or legs or whatever the fuck, there are 13 body parts in your whole fucking, like, there are 13 muscle groups in your body, and I can guarantee you that you have at least 2 of them which have good genetics. So genetics are just a mindset. They're just a fucking mindset. You just need to understand that who gives a fuck about genetics? Like, if you have them, good. If you don't, who gives a fuck? Just keep going, keep working. Doesn't matter. Someone will gain muscle mass faster. Someone will gain muscle mass a bit slower. But at the end of the day, we will all be struggling with those poundages and strength gains after 10 years of lifting. Like, we all get on the same page in the end. So do not worry. Keep working. What percentage do you think race affects gains? So this is also very good questions. Big fucking percentage. I think it's even like, I don't know which percentage, but I'll be like 70%, I think. As you can see, there's not a big group of black men who are strongest in the world. Like, powerlifting is a one thing, but to be overall a strong person, though, that things requires genetics. Like, black people are really good at being, and like, their endurance or being really jacked and defined. Their muscle groups are really nicely defined, as you can see in bodybuilding, but they just don't have the genetics for strength. There are maybe some individuals like Julius Maddox and some others in the past that are like really are breaking records at the moment in strength sports as powerlifting. But if you look upon a whole like world platform, white people are dominating the strength fucking sport. So yeah, I think it makes big sense. Also, Asians are dominating the weightlifting sport because it requires a lot of technique, and they're just really made to perfection with those little details. Like, Asian people really understand how to make technique work. So they're crushing that. But they're also really short, so some of the exercises are really good for them. So it all depends on the genetics, honestly, it really does. But at the end of the day, hard work beats all. How should I lift if I'm doing boxing training daily? Well, that depends. If you want to compete in boxing professionally, I would suggest you stick to boxing and fuck lifting. Lifting is good, but if you have a chance to get on a national, on a world level, stick to that. Lifting is great, and you should be lifting like maybe a bit, maybe for half an hour, maybe some arms and shoulders. But I think the amount of lifting that you need, you'll be doing in your boxing trainings anyway, so that's all you need, man, if you're trying to compete. If you're not, then I would suggest you do some lifting in the morning, maybe for half an hour. If you truly want to get some like aesthetic gains. But if you don't, it's easier to get to to get focused on just being a straight fucking beast in the sport that you are doing? How can I gain a mindset of a winner? Good one. I would suggest you read some philosophy from philosophers that actually instructed conquerors, leaders, warriors, or philosophies from conquerors, leaders, and warriors, because they have a good picture, and there is no better way to understand how the mind works than looking upon a subject that has conquered the world and reigned over it for several years. I think that's my answer to your question. Do you calculate your macros? I used to, but only when I was doing diet. When I start bulking, I take no effort and I just eat like a fucking retard. So you always get some unnecessary fat. Also, do you push-pull or full body two times a week? The last time I did full body was when I was 13. So I never did full body after that. But I do not calculate my macros anymore because I have a whole protocol to follow via my trainers from a gym. So do not calculate them anymore, but I used to before. But yeah, if you want to bulk up, you need to eat clean. If you do not eat clean, you will just gain unnecessary fat, as you said. So you can cheat once or twice in a week, but keep everything else clean and you'll be good to go. You won't gain too much unnecessary fat. I'm thinking on doing both kickbox and powerlifting at the same time. Do you recommend it, or should I stick with just one? Well, you can do both of them, sure, but understand that you won't be the greatest at them. Because to be the greatest in something, you have to dedicate your full being to it. If you manage to be the greatest in kickboxing, powerlifting, you'll be top 10 in the world. So see what suits you most. Do the other as a hobby, and that's the best way you'll gain results from any of them. But yeah, I would, as you said, I would recommend you just stick to one. When you're gonna give MMA a try? I already did, and I have my current record is 2-1-0. I lost once and won twice, and I think I'll be fighting in the future. I had a good dream tonight, where I was dreaming that I was fighting in a MMA tournament, so I'm hoping I'll be fighting again. What religion do you follow? Norse paganism. Does your mindset change when you got big as fuck? Do you start feeling more based now than before? Well, sure, yes, I do. But has my mindset changed? Maybe a bit. Before that, I was more assertive, I was more aggressive, I was more eager. Now I'm starting to kinda contemplate a bit more about my future decisions, because I just don't want to fuck up my body, and I don't want to gain any injuries that'll fuck up my career. So I think more. Like before, I wouldn't think at all. I would just get into the thick of the battle, and I would just destroy anything that was on my path, and I wouldn't fucking care. How old are you, and how do you maintain your glorious mane? I'm 20 years old, and I do not fucking maintain. Like you can see, it's fucking dirty, because I was walking a lot on the rain today, and as soon as I came home, we just sat down and started answering your questions. So it's just fucking genetics. But my hair genetics are not good. I just like keeping it long, because when I have short hair, I look like a fucking like a Nazi leader, practically a neo-Nazi leader. Do you have thoughts on starting strength and Mark Ripto? Love this one. I love Mark so fucking much. Like I had fucking sessions of dying laughter when I would look his content, but he is a based fucking guy, based angry fucking guy, which I love fucking watching. He has great fucking advice. I took a lot of his advice on rowing and on overhead press, and I just fucking love the guy. I didn't read Starting Strength, but I enjoy their content, and those that talking about the book and the YouTube channel at the same time, but I enjoy the content on YouTube. I haven't read the book. What are some good protein-heavy recipes? I'm getting tired of chicken, beef, and plain rice. Well, man, I have to tell you, have to fucking get used to it. That's the only thing that I'm eating: beef and plain rice, and chicken. So I'm sorry, buddy. Tips on how to stop beating off. I've been struggling to keep up with my training and studies at the same time. Although most of my time I try to at least train 3 hours a day, I still feel like I'm falling behind. I'm not getting enough gains. Do you have any advice to keep my rage and motivation on even when I'm full of work and lectures to do? Training the mind, it's as important as the body, but it feels tiring to aspire to be the best in both fields. You need to aspire to be best in every fucking field, not both. Every fucking field. Now, welcome to my world. That's exactly what I'm currently dealing with, even though it's a holiday now, because it's Yule, Christmas. But you have to get used to it, man. You have to stay dedicated. You have to be determined. You have to be fucking angry. Like, there is nothing that'll help you to get through what you're currently getting but yourself and your determination. So, if you're currently having a hard time being motivated, read books that you'll actually gain some inspiration and motivation from. Watch videos. Read fucking comic books or play video games or watch movies. You don't have to fucking acquire Netflix and worship fucking cucks and... But you can gain some motivation from their fucking platform. So do something that'll do whatever the fuck will make you motivated. Truly. I'm currently getting a bit tired, so excuse me if I get lost a bit. How do you break the line between motivation and discipline when you're working out? When did you stop going to the gym because you felt like lifting and start going because it's something important that you should do? How do you break the line between motivation and discipline? You don't. You keep that line alive at every fucking cost. You're disciplined because you're a human, because you need to be disciplined. You have motivation because you need motivation so you can lift better. So you need to have both. But this can resonate to the second question, which is, when did I stop going to the gym because I felt like lifting and started going because something important? I always knew it would be something important, so I always did it for the same purpose, and I'm always going for the same purpose. I go because I enjoy going and because I need to go, because it's a not natural state that we humans must find ourselves in. So it's everything that you said is pretty much still up. Nothing changed. Do you like Balkan turbo folk music? I would rather fucking kill myself than listen to that crap. Tips on growing long luscious hair, and what are your macros? Low carb, keto. No tips, just fucking wash it and comb it. My macros currently, I think I'm eating above 300 grams of protein a day. I know it's a lot, and I know it's over like what I should be eating. Like 200 grams is enough, but I don't know, ask my trainer. I have no idea. I haven't even fucking calculated. I'm just eating the amount that I need to. Also, this man lost his t-shirt. Have you seen it? I have not. I'm sorry, man. I need you people in the comments to share with me non-fiction self-improvement books you've read. I'm trying to get into that, but everybody I know just reads novels. Okay, so I'm currently reading Revolt Against the Modern World from Julius Evola. I'm really enjoying it. Like, insanely enjoying it. So, I would recommend that. I would recommend Sun Tzu's The Art of War. I would recommend Marcus Aurelius' Meditation. I'm always giving the same books because those are the only philosophical books that I've read. I should be reading more philosophical books, but honestly, I like to read a couple of historical novels here and there too, because they're just motivational, and it gives a good insight with history. It's fun history. So yeah, those are the three I can suggest you for now. But in the future, I have just opened the book recommendation by Survive the Jive, and I think I'll be reading the whole fucking thing that he said. Like every single book in those book recommendations, I'll be reading them just to enforce my intellect in the spiritual / historical and philosophical area. Thoughts on Bosnia? Thoughts on Bosnia?
Kad podijele Bosnu, Srbi I Hrvati, rat će stati, rat će onda stati. Kad podijele Bosnu, Srbi I Hrvati.
Yes, those are my thoughts on Bosnia. What do you think of the workouts to strengthen and increase the size of the knuckles? When I was practicing martial arts, I used to hit the wall 10 to 20 times for 3 or 4 sets and ended up developing more pointed knuckles. I did the same thing, but with the heavy bag work. So like bare knuckle heavy bag work, and I have a lot of scars on my knuckles. If you can see any. Probably not, because they're now the whole fucking scar tissue, but I enjoyed looking upon some trainings or endurance trainings from karate masters from I think it's Kyokushin karate, yeah. And I did that for some time, especially before my fights. I would like put my fists into rice and squash the rice as hard as possible to develop a more serious grip and more enforced knuckles. But I haven't done it in a while, but I think it's good. Same as the Muay Thai fighters are enforcing their shins with kicking fucking... what is it called? Fucking trees and shit. But what books are you currently reading? I'm currently reading only Revolt Against the Modern World, because it's a heavy read for me after not reading for a while. I mean, it's not that heavy. It's just with the school and stuff, I'm having a hard time to concentrate, and I'm reading maybe 20 pages per day, which is not a lot. But that's the book that I'm currently reading. How long do you recover from muscle ache? 2 days, 3 days, about 48 hours. I think it's enough. Tips for barbarian hair growth. Just grow. If you don't have good genes for growing hair, just fucking shave it off. I would do the same thing. If I was balding, I would just shave it off. So that'll be all, I think, for the questions. I'll be looking now if there are any more, but I think that's all. And thank you for the questions. There are a few of them that were like were repeated from other Q&As, but it doesn't matter for me. I enjoy answering even 1,000 times if it needs to, because I want you guys to see that I care, because I do. So this is the best way that I can show it currently. After I become a millionaire, I'll be showing some other ways. Don't you worry, my lads. We'll be conquering this world in no fucking time. But yeah, I'll be seeing you next month with a Q&A. I'll be doing a Q&A every single month, so stay tuned on the page. I'll be making a post when I do. But that'll be all for the questions. Even after I get tired from a lot of the answers and the questions, I still enjoy the process a lot, and it just means a lot to me to have such a fucking community. And I'm currently on a journey where I'm trying to decide whether should I take a more original approach on my YouTube channel and page, or just stick with the traditional juicy / golden one ish like mindset and not mindset but approach, because I'm doing what is best for people to get motivated by and to get inspired. Like, that's my goal, to make you fucking inspired and motivated. So I'm taking the approach that'll make you most fucking motivated and inspired. But that is all. This is a bit more, a bit shorter than last time. Fucking 4 minutes shorter. But I enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you lads in the next Q&A. Have a glorious fucking day.